Look, the path to U.S. citizenship is complex for just about anyone. But when your family has significant assets spread all across the globe, well, that becomes a whole different ballgame. It's a high stakes strategic challenge. This isn't just about paperwork, it's really about your entire financial future. So today, we're going to break down exactly what you need to know to navigate it successfully. So the big question is, where do you even begin when your financial life spans multiple countries? Well, the starting point isn't just filling out a form. It's about having a rock-solid strategy. So let's map out that strategy step by step, starting with why this journey is so different in the first place. Okay, first things first, let's be really clear about something. This is so much more than just paperwork. For families with complex international finances, the citizenship application is a strategic journey where, believe me, every single aspect of your financial footprint is going to be put under the microscope. And the key difference, really, it all comes down to one word: scrutiny. You see, the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS, they examine these kinds of applications through a very powerful financial lens. Your international holdings, your complex investments, it all means every detail gets magnified. And this isn't arbitrary. It's all about ensuring absolute compliance with some very, very intricate US laws. So what's the foundation of any application? What's holding this whole thing up? Well, it all rests on four core requirements, which we can think of as the four pillars of eligibility. Let's break down each one. Pillar number one is residency. You need to have been a lawful permanent resident, a green card holder, for at least 5 years. That gets reduced to 3 if you're married to a U.S. citizen. But here's the crucial point for families with international ties: maintaining continuous residence. Those extended business trips or time spent at other homes abroad can literally reset the clock on your application. This is why meticulous documentation of all your travel is absolutely 100% essential. Okay, pillar two, good moral character. Now, I know, it sounds a little subjective, right? But for USCIS, it's very concrete, especially for this audience. It's evaluated over the 5 years before you apply, and it's heavily, heavily tied to your financial integrity. This means crystal clear financial records and being in full compliance with every single tax law, both in the US and abroad. Any history of financial misconduct can be a major red flag. And finally, pillars 3 and 4 are the standardized tests: English proficiency and the U.S. civics test. Now, these apply to everyone, of course, but for an applicant who is building a future in the U.S., acing these tests is way more than a formality. It really demonstrates a clear commitment and engagement with American society. All right, now let's talk about the most common investment pathway for high net worth families, the EB-5 program. This is designed to be a pretty direct route to permanent residency, but, and this is a big but, it's a path with very specific and very strict financial guardrails. So a compliant EB-5 investment really has 3 core components. First, you have to meet a significant minimum investment. Second, you need proof that your investment is going to create at least 10 full-time jobs for U.S. workers. And third, you have to choose your structure. Are you investing directly in a new business or through a pre-approved regional center? Choosing the right project and structure is so critical because a failed investment can jeopardize your entire immigration journey, not just your capital. Now we come to what might just be the single most important part of this whole process. You have to remember, for USCIS, if it isn't documented, it basically didn't happen. A flawless, comprehensive paper trail is completely, totally non-negotiable. And that paper trail has to tell a complete and consistent story. We're talking proof of legal sources for every single dollar you've invested, perfect tax filings from all jurisdictions, meticulous travel logs and residency documents, and for EB-5 investors, you need irrefutable proof of job creation. A single missing piece of paper can lead to long delays or even an outright denial. Okay, so knowing the rules is one thing, but anticipating the specific challenges you're probably going to face is a whole other thing. Let's look at the common hurdles that are pretty unique to high net worth applicants. Let's really put this into perspective. A typical applicant just has to prove local residence. You have to document continuous residency across multiple homes around the world. Standard income verification for them becomes a forensic accounting of complex international assets for you. A basic travel history for them becomes a detailed justification for every single extended international trip for you. The burden of proof is simply on another level. So we've outlined the challenges, and I know it can sound a little daunting. So now let's shift to the solutions. This is your toolkit for success. Clear, actionable strategies you can use to build a successful application. So here it is, your 5-step playbook. First, start early. This process can take years, so get going now. Second, maintain fanatically accurate records. Seriously, organization is your best defense. Third, and this is so crucial, consult with experts. Fourth, for all you EB5 investors, know your project inside and out. And finally, number 5, stay updated. Immigration policy is not static. It changes all the time. And I really want to emphasize that point about experts. For a case that involves significant international assets, trying to go it alone is just a massive, unforced error. Like the slide says, professional guidance isn't a luxury. It's a core part of your risk mitigation strategy. And finally, let's talk about maybe the biggest financial shift of all, taxes. Becoming a U.S. citizen fundamentally changes your tax reality. You will be required to report all of your worldwide income to the IRS. Period. Estate and gift taxes suddenly become a central planning concern. Your entire investment portfolio might need to be restructured just to avoid huge unexpected tax burdens. This is not an afterthought. It's a parallel planning process that has to start on day one. So, here's the crucial point. The exact same meticulous planning and strategic thinking that allowed you to build your wealth in the first place, that is exactly what's required to successfully navigate the path to U.S. citizenship. So the question is, are you ready to apply that same rigor to building your future?